This project came about because it was originally conceived of as a project by Francisco Aragon, who's the director of Letras Latinas at the University of Notre Dame, who reached out to Maceo and looking into pairing different poets and artists into creating prints to fundraise for the Andres Montoya Poetry Prize. What initially was just one screen print and one poem then barrel rolled into this larger project. The most exciting part about this particular project was getting a new email notification from Maceo. It's more art, it's more dialogue, it's more conversation, it is more fuel to generate more work. And that's what really fueled a lot of the process in the generation of this book. The conversations we had in those emails weren't necessarily about the poems or the lines itself. While yes, those conversations did take place, most of it was about the process of creating and generating this art, along with these larger ideas that we were thinking about. That was what's really exciting about that. We were able to bounce ideas, abstract and concrete, off of one another and propel each other's artwork into new directions and new avenues that we weren't necessarily thinking of on a first draft or on a first approach to the artwork. What sets this apart from a typical ekphrastic exercise is that in ekphrastic poetry, it's usually done sequentially and there's no communication or collaboration with the artist other than the work itself. That's what really sets this project apart, is that the artist and myself were in conversation and in dialogue throughout the entire generative process. One of the bits that I'm most proud about the work is how it evolved and changed over the revisions, especially through those conversations about process and art and ideas that we had with one another. Thinking about how one poem may pair better with another image and thinking about the overall sequence of them. There are some poems, some lines that are no longer there, but only exist in the fragmented pieces of writing in the art piece itself. And that's because through the editing process, some of that stuff needed to be omitted. There are other pieces of art that didn't necessarily make the final cut. And so what you're seeing is the stuff that really resonated with the dialogue and the ideas both of us had. And that's what I'm most proud of, is that at the end of the day, here is this larger cohesive image that both of us worked to a conclusion through our dialogue.